Hello and welcome to Vintage Movie Nights, where we watch vintage movies that are 30 plus years old. We watch, we react, and we review. And we ask the question, could this movie be made today? Or should this movie be made today? Does this movie stand the test of time? And what impact, if any, did it have on cinema and the careers of those involved? I am Joe, and with me as always is my good friend, Mr. Ryan Willer. So welcome guys. I'm excited for this. We are doing a new movie tonight, and this is Ryan's week. So Ryan, tell me, what is up your sleeves? What are we watching tonight?
Okay, we are going to do our first foray into the horror genre.
Oh, I
really
hate horror.
Exciting. I know you do.
I'm terrified already.
But we are going to be watching from 1988. We are going to do Child's Play tonight.
Ooh, boy.
And,
Chucky.
Chucky, yes. And I'm excited about this for a very particular reason, and that is that this will be the first film we've done on this show that is part of a franchise. And we've never done that before on this. Child's Play spawned a series of sequels and reboots and adaptations and even a TV show. The Child's Play franchise, which is now commonly referred to as the Chucky franchise. But this is the one that kind of started it. This was the world's first introduction to Chucky, who is now an iconic horror villain. So it'll be fun to go back. I'm familiar with it. I'm a fan of Chucky. It's been a minute since I've watched this, though. And
I have no... one, I'm not a horror guy. I don't like horror movies. They're not my genre. And two, I have never watched this. So this is first time for me. What I do know is Chucky is an evil doll that kills people. That's about... Yep. I mean, you could never have watched any of these movies, and you know Chucky's an evil doll that kills people, and it terrified people in the 80s. Like people are still scared of dolls to this day because of Chucky. Apparently, I'm curious. For me, is what is an 80s horror film? Can it actually hold horror? Like when I think of scary, I think of Ghost and not the movie Ghost. That was a love movie. I'm talking about like Ghost, like like Poltergeist, The Exorcist of Emily Brown, right, or Rose, or whatever her name was. Those, when I think of scary, that's what I think of, right? Not Chucky. So I'm curious to see if I find it funny or if I actually am scared of it.
Yeah. And that's a good point because to your point right there, even if you've never seen Child's Play, everybody knows who Chucky is. So that'll be an interesting topic when we're done and we talk about the movie standing the test of time, because now I think we have our first movie where we have a character within the movie who's become iconic as a movie character, right? And we never really had that. Maybe a little bit with Hook, because Peter Pan and Captain Hook, but those were more literary characters who have been adapted.
And those were well developed before the movie ever came out. Right. I mean, those were a solid movie,
Exactly. There had been, but Chucky was an original for this movie, and he's become an icon. But this is where it started. And the one thing I remember about this movie, because I've seen almost every Chucky movie at least once, was they did become kind of comical, as you say. Like there's humor in it, but from what I remember about this movie, it tries its best to take itself seriously as a movie about a possessed doll can. There's only so much you can do with trying to make that serious, but like it's pretty much straightforward. It gets humorous, but we'll watch it and we'll let you decide.
Yeah, so so here's what my hope is. I don't like horror films, right? So I hope that it's not too scary that I can sleep. My daughter has like 7,000 dolls in this house, so I don't want to have to go around throwing them all in the trash tonight. That's my concern, all right?
I think scary. I just visited you and started something where I said, get your dolls out, because my kid collects plush dolls too. That was funny. That was a mess that you had to clean up.
Yeah, it was a mess, and it's still not completely cleaned up. It's a mess. It's a mess. So, but with that, guys, let's dive into, what was it you said, 1988?
88.
Child's Play with Chucky Ray Lewis. I'm reading. I only know that because I could see it on the screen to my right. But the little box that pops up on Amazon Prime says Chucky Ray Lewis, which is apparently after various serial killers. So that's fantastically scary to start with. So let's get into this. Let's see what we've got. Let's watch Chucky. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. I've never been into horror, and this is like, by the time I could watch this, I was like, why would I ever watch this? It terrifies me. Right. Even the intro's scary. I'm already nervous. I'm nervous. I don't like being scared.
United Artists. It's a big company.
I also lived on a ranch for a long time where scary was not something you just generally wanted to consume because I lived in the darkness. So, oh boy. I got the Strangler. Oh, it's the Strangler. Serial killer, the Strangler.
It gets right into it. I mean, this is really like we're going right into the action.
There's no credit roll in this one, is there?
No. So this would be legendary character actor Brad Dourif as the villain right there.
Okay, I've never heard of him. But
a really big actor. Really big actor in the 70s and 80s, played supporting character parts, and he does the voice of Chucky ever since this movie. And this is the only time in the franchise that he appears on camera, like as himself, in the opening sequence. As you'll see, he's gonna.
His partner just left him behind. Oh, come on, cop! You just dip behind the post. I'm gone. Nobody can find me now.
Yeah.
I do like that he got shot, though. That's like a nice little touch. Normally, nobody ever hits anybody. They're just stray bullets going in all directions.
Exactly.
Oh, Chucky.
The assembly I know. I mean,
look, I've never seen this. Yeah, I've never seen this, and I know I recognize the doll. Like, I mean, come on, it's the good guys.
Exactly. I love. Okay, look at the detective here. He's dressed like a cop, but look at the shirt he's wearing under his jacket when it shows it here. It's like this nicely pressed sweater. Like he looks like he's going to Easter dinner at his mother's house with this sweater on underneath his, which maybe that's what he was doing before he ran into the bad guy. Like that was
right. He's like, I gotta go get on the loose, and he happens. Oh man, I'm going to dinner with my mom.
I mean, it's
all
just
right.
really
I better put the leather jacket on, make myself look cool.
Like he's got like a Christmas sweater on underneath his.
I'm gonna get you for it. I'm gonna get Eddie, no matter what.
Woo! Tough words for a guy with a bullet in his chest.
Yeah, he's
got an idea, but I don't. Is he gonna do some voodoo? I mean, how are you gonna? Oh boy,
you're pretty much right on the money. It's weird how this movie opens with very little introduction, but we're gonna find out later about this voodoo thing that he does. But
oh wow, look at that! Some effects there.
They kind of go right into it here with gonna basically transfer his soul inside the doll.
Oh, yeah, apparently. So he's probably done this a lot of times and has been like a vampire type.
You would think.
Never dies.
He seems very well rehearsed in it.
Good old 80s lightning graphics. Oh, the skylight. I mean, look, I'm going to suspend my disbelief a little. Holy Hannah, what an explosion. That cop's going to be dead. Yeah. Not good for that cop.
Plus, he's late for dinner at his mother's.
I didn't know that dolls were so explosive.
My goodness.
Oh, man, and he's still, like, barely even... I know, he's going to be late for dinner, and he's going to have a little bit of soot on his shirt now. The Strangler's dead. Case closed. Movie's over. Good job.
But is he?
Good job. That's the shortest movie I've watched in a while. Well, here's... Okay, so if it's this one particular doll, wouldn't that doll go to evidence? He was, I guess, just throw him back in the box, wrap him up, let's resell it.
Right, I know, right? Blood stains on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, don't worry about that. Just wipe it off.
Put it back in the packet. Come on. It's really like a product of the time because you remember like dolls like Teddy Ruxpin the bear had like a show. Like the doll had like a show to go with it, and I think Cabbage Patch Kids even kind of had a similar thing.
They had cards and they had other things.
Right, it was like a whole thing. Oh wow,
this kid's just going to town. He's in charge, I guess.
Good guys say 3.
Holy God,
that is even more scary than the doll.
Forget Chucky. Make a horror movie about that. Oh my God.
Yeah, right. Oh man, this is oh no, please don't put that in your cereal. Oh my God.
Oh no, it's a butter for the toast.
That's whew.
Guys and other fine toys.
Where are your parents? He's like, that seems like it could be the right size.
He knows what he's getting. So this would be actress Catherine Hicks.
I recognize her.
Who is best known as the role of the mom in the 90s show Seventh Heaven.
Ah, that's how I recognize her. That's a big jump from this to that, I'm thinking.
Which, if you ever watched Seventh Heaven, was a very cookie-cutter, PG, family morals kind of
Preacher's
thing.
family type thing.
Preacher's family, and she was the wife. And as you'll watch the movie, because you haven't seen the when it gets intense,
Raspberries. Right.
I think Catherine Hicks was so mortified by the brutality and vulgarity of Chucky that she had no choice but to do 11 seasons of Seventh Heaven.
Oh, he knows. He's going straight for the doll. Oh, no, just kidding.
Well, what do you think?
It's just a pair of shoes.
Okay, that's a mean mom, dude. You don't do that to a kid.
I know, right? You put the clothes in the
on.
bag. Nobody.
Come on.
Oh, you know that doll that you wanted for Andy? Well, it cost $100.
Yeah, the good guy doll.
There's a peddler in the alley behind the store.
There's a peddler in the alley behind the store.
Who cares what you
There you go. The one with blood on it they threw out and the peddler got it.
You could get the guy who's peddling the drugs or the guy that's peddling the toys.
Well,
We're going for the toys. All right.
oh, how much do you want for it?
700.
10. and not a
50.
penny more.
30.
I'll take it. Karen.
There you go, lady. May it bring you and your kid a lot of joy.
Thank you.
No, look at them teeth.
Hey,
Yeah.
hold on, you. How do we know the damn thing is
Hold on, you peddler in the alley.
Yeah, steal it.
Ah,
Mrs. Howe has taken sick, and we're shorthanded tonight. You'll have to fill in for her.
I can't. I have to pick up my son at the daycare center in an hour.
I'm sorry, this is an
I'm
emergency.
sorry.
Mr. Gibson, you work
My
in
problem is
shoes,
now
not in
yours. I'm
jewelry.
sorry.
You'll just simply have to do it.
that guy's like the 80s version of the Lumbergh character in Office Space. Yeah, if you could just
Yes,
go
yes,
ahead
yeah.
and...
Yeah, we're gonna need those TPC reports.
We're,
It's a good guy. Yay! How ironic that it's called a good guy. I'm pretty certain it's gonna go around murdering people in this
Oh,
house.
boy.
So awesome.
What's your
You might be
name?
right.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
Wow. He's
That's
something,
really
isn't
something. Yeah.
Mom, thanks.
Aw, how
he?
sweet.
You're welcome, honey.
These wholesome moments we'll remember as he's slaughtering the family in a little bit. So, moral of the story, guys, just don't buy toys from peddlers. That's what I'm hearing. That's the story I'm hearing right now. Oh, she's gonna be the first to go because she's watching
Yeah.
the kid.
So this is the mom's friend, and she's babysitting.
Yeah.
Reputed accomplice
She's gonna be the
Charles
first
Lee
to go.
Gray
Bye-bye.
Has just escaped the Michigan Avenue precinct. More details to follow on the news at 9 next.
Aunt Maggie, Chucky wants to watch the 9 o'clock news.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, okay.
Andy, are you brushing your teeth?
Good job, kid.
Aunt Maggie.
Oh, Aunt Maggie, come over and watch my kids if you're gonna do the dishes too. Whoa.
Action news at
Oh.
Chucky wanted to watch the 9 o'clock news, guys.
Right? He told you once.
I said, hey, I told you once. Now you deserve it.
Verified the information regarding the escape of Eddie Caputo. Authorities say that Caputo managed to elude his captors while being transferred onto a prison
So
bus
pretty
on
sure
his way to
that
court.
is the serial killer's partner who they're talking about. who
Yeah,
escaped.
Eddie.
I didn't do that.
Oh, no. What did Chucky do? Walk into the living room and turn it on all by himself?
Pretty much.
Do
He
that.
might have.
Andy, stop it. Now, come on. Under the covers. Hurry.
Great. Now I'm gonna have to believe my kid when she's saying, "Oh, Sky tells me." Her Sky from Paw Patrol talks to my daughter. Apparently, now I'm gonna have to get rid of that doll. Thanks, Chucky.
Kids,
But now he's mad. Maggie's about to get a probably knife in the chest, if I had to guess. Every time they zoom in, I expect to see like the eye blink or something like something. Right? It's very lifeless right now.
So this is like the thing that I really like about this movie, that if you watch the later Child's Play movies, this one takes its time. It doesn't reveal Chucky in his life form right off the bat. Like
Right.
It's done with a little bit of style, I think. And this scene, just watch the way this scene plays out here.
I mean, if you said, "Oh, if you sat here in 1988 watching this, you're not probably as pervy. I mean, you've seen a trailer. You might have seen a few things, but you probably aren't exactly sure. And I haven't seen the trailer, so I have no idea.
Right.
But like, no, I know Chucky's going to murder people. Like, there's no, like, that's just, it's like the Titanic. I knew it was going to sink. Like, that wasn't anything, like, nothing unexpected in that movie.
Ooh.
Andy?
This is why I hate scary movies. My palms are starting to sweat. I know what's going to happen. She's going to die. Like, I can tell you right now, guys, there's, without a doubt, she's about to get shanked by the doll. There's just no way around it. Chucky's not going to just let this girl live after she shut off the news on him, on the doll. Now I'm freaking out. I hate scary movies. Oh man, that rat's back and knocked over the sugar. Dang it, Andy.
How did that happen?
Hello?
Don't do that. I don't like it.
Who else would it be? Is something wrong?
Any reason why Maggie couldn't take the shift? Did she not work there? Or was she just a friend? Could she have just taken the shift and then mom could have been
he said something about she worked a different department, so he wouldn't allow it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
oh boy, here it comes. Oh, it's not even going to be shanked with a knife. It's going to be hit with a ball-peen hammer.
Yeah. That's all right.
Get one in the knee.
Here it is.
Oh! 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 And through the window. Oh, come on. Oh.
Oh.
Man, Andy's a mass murderer.
Yep.
Okay, come on, show Chucky. Come up to... Nope. So we still don't know... If you've watched the 1980, you still don't know it's Chucky. Yeah, just know that this kid just killed this woman because nobody's going to believe Chucky did it.
Mm-hmm. Again, Chucky was not a pre-existing character. This was like an original script that the dude wrote. And
Right.
So, I mean, imagine it before knowing the iconic Chucky as we know him now.
Accident? What kind of an accident?
Ms. Barkley, I'm
He fell through a window.
Norris, homicide. Could I talk to you out in the hall? Miss Peters.
That Chris Saharadin, another character actor who his biggest thing, if you listen to his voice very carefully, he was the voice of Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You got any idea what these are?
Those would be footprints.
No.
They look like footprints, don't they? Very small footprints.
Like of a child.
What are you implying?
Besides, I already checked his closet. None of his shoes match these prints. What you got on your feet?
Good guy PJ sneakers.
Oh, I'm going to need to take a look at those.
Ah.
Oh, it's an
Look at this,
exact
huh?
match.
There's a gun. Is that a cowboy hat?
Andy, get into bed. I'll be in a minute to tuck you in.
But Mom,
Right now.
I'll clear everybody out of here right away. Okay?
You can't do
Guys,
that.
you
Come
done?
on.
No,
You
no,
guys
right.
need to clear out of here.
Chop, chop. Let's go,
Come
everybody.
on.
Out of here.
It's a murder. Guys, just, stop investigating the murder. We're done. Let's
Yeah,
wrap
right.
it up.
It's like a brutal murder scene, like with
Yeah.
you don't know either.
yeah. Now, if you look at Chucky's feet,
That's a great shot.
you can see that there's sugar.
Yeah. That was a great shot.
All right.
Those footprints.
Mommy! Mommy, I know who was on the kitchen counter.
Andy!
Who, Andy?
I thought
Who?
Chucky.
You gonna call me?
You don't give up, do you?
I'm a detective trying to solve a homicide. No, I don't give up.
He has legal authority to go back there. Like,
See, I'm not nervous now because I know he's not going to just murder them because these are the main characters.
Chucky's been talking to you too, hasn't he? What's he been saying?
All kinds of things. His real name is Charles
boy.
Lee Ray.
That's some terrifying stuff right there. If my kids start saying that, I'm definitely getting rid of dolls in this house. I mean, it's one thing when Sky tells Riley to do something silly or says something silly, but that's a very detailed story. Charles Lee Ray, I'm out. I'm out.
Something so horrible.
I didn't say
Oh, I missed that.
Chucky.
rewind it. Rewind it.
Chucky's
Rewind it.
alive.
Okay, okay.
Still
Andy,
recording.
Chucky.
Yes. He said Aunt Maggie was a real bitch and got with her.
Oh, Aunt Maggie was a real bitch.
got what she deserved.
Yeah, Chucky's alive. Really,
Andy, Chucky.
I'm sorry. I'll stop making up stories. Silly Chucky. She didn't believe me.
Nope, she sure didn't.
Nope.
Ooh. It's okay.
And
Aunt Maggie's
Chucky's only a
dead. Let's
doll,
go to school
right?
the next day. No worries.
All right, off to school with you then.
Even Mom's not processing it like she really lost her, best friend
No,
or sister.
I just had the thought, like,
oh,
Maggie,
there's another
she's
good guy.
gone. Chucky's
Oh, good.
gonna
Let's
convince
Chucky
him to
wants
skip
to go
school.
find his partner.
Yeah.
He's got to go find his business partner. I like how they do that shot too, where they hide the mouse so they don't see it, because the doll's mouth's not really moving.
Right. No, it's very well
It's
done.
good. It's good. Yeah.
I have to go tinkle.
You stay here. I have to go tinkle. Oh man, Chucky's fast. What are you gonna kill him with, Chucky? What are you gonna use? You gonna poison him? Rat poison him? Oh my god, this is rat infested for sure. That's disgusting.
I know, right?
This dude's
It's like,
just let him live there long enough, he'll die on like Huntavirus or something.
would you be able to sleep that soundly, like with 12 rats running around?
No. Oh, blew off the pilot, left the gas on. Somebody's gonna go boom.
Yep.
I like how they did that. It's a good shot. God, my palms are sweating. Although I don't actually, this guy I don't care if he dies or doesn't, but my palms are still sweaty. I seriously do not like horror movies.
I know you don't.
I really don't. I mean, I look forward to watching a lot of these with you, but they scare me. Like, they just, don't like the jump stuff.
Right. Oh,
He just decided to shoot for no reason.
that's one
Oh,
way to...
yeah, I think that guy's dead.
Yeah.
You haven't been to school to pick up your son yet?
No.
This guy with his sweaters, man.
Why?
Let's go into my office.
This guy likes
Yeah,
to
I
wear
like a
a
good sweater.
good, comfy sweater. I kind of like it.
His gun's a little high, though, to, like, pull on
any
it.
idea why your Aunt Maggie fell out of that window?
Yes.
Could you tell me why?
Chucky hit her with a hammer.
Chucky, and it scared her so much she fell out.
Oh, she did, huh?
Unless you start telling the truth. Right now. They're going to take you away from me.
Come on, Chucky, say something. Tell me why you lied to me about everything. Come on, Chucky, say
Show some violence.
something.
Kid's gonna kill
Tell me.
the
Oh, boy.
He told me never to tell about him or he'd kill me.
Mrs. Barkley,
Oh.
my name is Dr. Ardmore. I'm from County General. I've seen more than enough. Maybe Andy should spend a couple of days with us.
Oh, your kid is psychotic. You just lost your kid, and the doll. You're probably taking the doll home. Is now gonna.
I think that is brilliant.
Damn it!
That,
Hi, I'm
halfway through the movie until, as you might suspect, we're about to see Chucky in his real
Yeah,
form
Chucky
here
form.
coming up. Yeah, in a few minutes.
And now the
here.
kid's committed at this point. So
He's committed.
she's gonna go get in the
for-
shower.
Well, she's not going to get in the shower, but that'd be nice
Oh,
because she.
well, that would have been good, though. Yeah,
Would have been good, but
he gets in the shower, and then Chucky's just standing there watching,
well,
touching himself a little bit.
he is a bit perverted, as we'll find out here. So
You are
here
naked.
comes
there-
a very great shot. Watch, I like this.
He doesn't have batteries.
I love that. It's a great reveal.
Yeah, batteries included. Turns his head and boo. Insert coin.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, and he went under the. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, I'm scared now too. Don't. What are you? No! What are you doing? This is how people die. I like how they keep like that, just on the verge of belief and disbelief.
Absolutely. So we're about,
I can
as you might suspect, it's coming here, and we're about to see the first words ever spoken by Chucky, and I want to see your reaction to what Chucky says to her here.
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut!
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
I love how he just goes 0 to 100.
Right.
That's
Oh my god.
it's like
That's
scary,
terrifying.
but it's a little terrifying. Like, holy shit.
Terrifying.
I love it.
Man, if you were in the theater in the 80s watching this for the first time, that probably was just like, like, ah!
So now
My
she's
son's not
convinced.
crazy.
Yeah.
Chucky is alive, and he killed Eddie Caputo.
Good night, Mrs. Barker.
Wait a minute! I'm telling you the truth.
Where you going?
To find Chucky.
Okay.
Mister, I'm not gonna hurt you. Do you remember me?
I'm not going to hurt you.
no.
Lady,
I bought a
you're the one who
doll.
should
Right.
be worried about being hurt.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh, what about it?
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
Forgive me if I told you.
Well, no, no, wait, no!
Oh, did you hear the zipper? I heard the zipper. That's terrifying.
Christ, he's a cop! All right, what about the rest of you? Where'd you get the doll? I don't know nothing about no doll. You're not gonna know nothing about nothing in a minute unless you talk to me. Now talk!
You know nothing about nothing.
That's what I got.
Well, wait a minute. Something the peddler said upset you. What was it?
Some the peddler said upset you.
She keeps referring to him as a peddler. The peddler. The
Life
peddler.
is at stake. Now, what
Guys,
was
he's a
it?
homeless man. He's a bum. Let's just call it what he is.
Got the doll. Charles Lee Ray died there.
Who?
The Lakeshore Strangler, the man who's partners with Eddie Caputo.
But I did. I found
I
out that
did.
Chucky is Charles Lee Ray. The only thing I don't know is how he got inside the doll.
Well, that's a great question. None of us know.
Good night, Mrs. Barker.
Where did Charles Lee Ray live?
Miss Barkley, don't worry. He's going to be dead. They can't pin it on your son because your son's in a mental institute. So you're good.
Yeah.
Now, maybe he does believe a little bit.
He's
Just didn't
starting
wanna
to
bring
get
the
it.
game with him.
Yeah, he's starting
Yeah.
to get it.
Look, I'm a cop. I'm not here to babysit some lady while I'm taking care of this. Like, she's frantic.
Yeah.
She's worried about her son. I got to take care of
Right.
cop work here.
Right.
This is
And
some
I must
serious
say
cop
again, I
business.
want to reiterate, this is like the most well-dressed cop that I've seen.
The best dressed detective of all time.
He's very dapper.
Good night, asshole!
Good night, asshole.
Fucking Chucky,
Told you
man.
that's going to kill you.
Whoa.
There's the knife. Just start the car and get out. That might be the best bet. Woo!
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Seriously, my hands are sweating again. I don't know why. I know that this isn't scary, but my hands are sweating. Oh, he's on...
Oh, boy.
It's like, where's that little shit?
Hi, Mikey!
Ooh.
Gee, you're a bad stabber.
The 80s were so cool, man.
Right? It really was a good time. Ooh. Can you not get out of the car? He's just gonna catch it on fire. He's just gonna burn you to death at some point. Thing. Okay. Whew. I think he gets it. I think he's bought into it.
He has.
I think it's safe to say he believes. Oh, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So here is where we're now discovering what happened in the opening, 4 minutes of the movie, that he's into voodoo and supernatural, whatever.
And the police that was here didn't stop to think that maybe there might be more to what she's saying, considering this is painted on the wall. She's gonna scream. At least I'm not going to scream. She's going to scream. I would have screamed if they'd done the shot differently. I might have screamed.
Karen.
See, like,
I learned a couple of things. His nickname was Chucky, and he spent a lot of time with this man.
Okay. Oh, and I also learned that he's real
Now
and
what we
tried
have
to
to
murder
do
me.
is find him before Chucky does.
Oh,
Over here.
too late. Chucky already found you.
Hi. It's me.
Oh, he's like, damn, that's some good stuff in my tea.
You're turning human.
What?
The more time you spend in that body, more human you become.
Your own personal mojo, Doc.
Oh no, a voodoo doll.
Sure. How do you want it? Broken leg?
Ah!
You have to transfer your soul out of the doll into that of the first human being you revealed your true self to.
Oh man, poor kid.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. But I gotta go.
I'm gonna kill you anyway.
I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
And he's dead.
Kill him before he can say it.
But how? How?
Heart. His heart is almost human.
Poor kid. Chucky!
Nope.
Chucky's here!
I don't see anybody.
Well, it's because you're not looking out the window.
Chucky's here! And he's going to kill me! But Chucky is here! And he's going to
We
kill
gotta-
me!
He went to like... Aw. No, I feel bad. I mean, the kid's like being locked up.
It's a
Aw,
pretty
good acting for a little dude, yeah.
It's a pretty good performance by a little kid.
Yeah. Man, Chucky's on a roll. Oh, this has been way too easy for him. Most of the shots are pretty good.
It's fairly decent puppeteering.
Yeah, it's fairly decent.
No!
Oh, just lock the door, shut it, and lock it.
Stop! Wait a minute. Stop here!
Oh man, now my palms are sweating again. Dang it. Bum, bum, bum. I'm... Oh, jeez. Yeah, get something, kid. There you go. For a 7-year-old, it's pretty impressive.
He's holding a scalpel knife.
Yep.
It's all right, Andy. It's all right. You're not gonna need this anymore.
Oh, that point of view shot.
Woo! You good!
Come on. Huh.
Yeah, fried until crisp with the electric shock machine, and then he escaped.
Well, where would Andy go?
He'd go home. I always told him to go there if he was in trouble.
Does he have a key?
So predictable, Andy. All right, here it comes. Okay, so we're going to do a little Kevin McAllister. We're going to set some booby traps, and we're going to do a little Home Alone, right?
This came out before Home Alone. That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But he's going to try to barricade the door anyway.
You don't have to go down the chimney. Come on. All right, I'm terrified. I know the kid's not going to die, but Jiminy Crickets. Oh.
Oh.
Kid, you'd have been better off hiding. Run, kid, run. Why are you falling? You're like my daughter. Why are you falling down? Oh, boy. I love these point of view shots. Those are really great cinematography. Like,
it's for a,
just well done.
Yeah, no, a horror movie. It's really good.
Oh,
not
kid! And he delivered a spectacular one line. Batter up.
Batter up.
Are they gonna kill the doll? But then his spirit has actually been put into the kid. It was just a small bench, guys. Like, come on.
A bench.
It's a bench.
It was a bench.
Kick that little doll.
Whoa.
He cut me in the leg.
Karen, take this. Take it.
Mike.
We meet again. As Spaceball would say, for the first time, for the last time.
For the first time, for the last time.
Shoot him. Every time you guys put your heads down like that, you're giving him a free shot of his size.
Right?
Ooh. You hit him with the...
Oh.
I love it. Do it again. Shoot him again. Shoot him again.
Gun jam.
Oh.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, Chucky's
Oh
got.
my gosh.
Yeah, he's got some anger issues for
Get
sure.
him, Andy. Get him.
Oh, trapped in the fire.
I like it. He's not stronger than you, lady. You've got to be able to hold the doll down.
So here comes a little boy. Little 7-year-old boy gets a good one-liner. Here it comes.
Friends to the end. Remember?
This is the end, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Andy.
Oh.
Don't know. Oh, I guess you probably burn if you stayed there. Your house is gonna catch on fire now. Good job. I'm like sitting here like clenched up, like. Oh! I'm your friend forever.
You're on. Andy, you all right?
Andy, go get me the first aid kit under the kitchen sink really fast, okay?
What happened?
Really gonna let your kid just roam free? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Whatnot.
Why?
Oh,
Oh no.
Chucky's gone.
I'm not gone.
here we get a terrifying shot.
Oh.
Hello, Andy.
Oh my god.
This is a really great horror shot. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Could you maybe scream?
Ooh.
That's it. No Jack and Jills in my house ever. No. I'll tell you after, but I used to have a reoccurring dream with a layout just like this. Where, oh, you gotcha. Don't keep putting your head that close. Come on. Come on.
Yikes.
The next one's going to breathe in your ear hole. Let's be careful. Guys, it's a doll. Somebody just shoot it. Where's the cop? Where's his weapon? I can't handle any more of this. It's too stressful. His heart. Aim for his heart.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Still coming.
It's like Terminator. Well, I mean, I guess if you dismantle, it'll be a lot easier to take his heart. And why can't the cop do anything? Oh my god, I'm so stressed out right now. Okay, point blank. Don't aim from the distance. And the poor neighbor downstairs just took 2 bullets in the ear hole.
Hey.
His partner shows up.
All right, they're gonna be here in 10 minutes. Now tell me what happened. The kid was right. The doll's alive. He almost got the 3 of us. Come on, what are you talking about? They're scattered all over the place. But don't!
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Don't you touch one part of it! All right, I thought I told you not to touch it. Mike, will you be sensible? Come on, look. It's as dead as they come. It's dead.
Yeah, not so dead after all, is it?
Kill them all!
The heart! Shoot him in the heart!
Oh, I don't trust. Something's wrong. Please.
Yeah,
Come on, put up your middle finger. Put up your middle finger. Flip them off.
That would have been good.
They've just been like,
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna
That's terrifying. I would have, if I was in the 80s watching this, I'd have, I'm going to have nightmares tonight. So, and it's 2024 and I'm going to have nightmares. These kids just, no, guys, yeah. No, mom. Are you effing kidding me? Take your kid with you. Thank you.
There
Jesus
she goes.
Criminy crickets.
Come on.
You don't let your kid out your sight. This guy's trying to do voodoo on your child. You're going to leave him in the room for even a second? Oh. He's going to smile because he's already been transferred, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, I need a break.
Yeah, quick break, and then we'll do our wrap-up.
All right, that was the ever-terrifying Child's Play, Chucky, 1988, terrifying movie. I got to take a sip. I mean, I'm like still reeling. Somehow, Chucky is still going to be in that kid's body, and it's still terrifying. But, okay. So, as always, we react. Now it's time to review. We ask the questions. Does this movie stand the test of time? So, Ryan, I will start with you. How do you feel? Does this movie stand the test of time from 1988 to 2024?
Yeah. So my thought is by a narrow margin, I would say yes. Because you look at it, it looks very 80s-esque when you look at it as a movie. But you said several times in this movie you loved the point of view shots. It's an It's an effective horror movie, and you've got to kind of eliminate the character, which we'll come back to, because when this movie first came out, no one knew Chucky. No one knew what this was going to be. It was just a movie about a doll. And there had been movies about possessed dolls before, but they were more, I think, in the vein of like this gothic, like traditional horror.
Mm-hmm.
And this was very, I think, modern for its time, right? Like when Chucky first comes to life, we see the first words out of his mouth, "You bitch, you slut, I'm gonna fuck you." You know, and it was very like, holy, what?
Yeah. So for me, I would say yes, this movie stands the test of time.
Yeah.
So in 80s, CGI wasn't what it is today, right?
No.
And we'll talk about this in a little bit about if you could make this movie today, but I'll tell you right now that this movie was shot in that suspense thriller, kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, never certain when somebody's going to pop out. It's still, in some hand, is still cheesy, right? I mean, my palms still were sweating.
Yeah.
I was still like, I was into it.
I agree.
But it still has that 80s cheese.
Yeah.
It's not it's not as bad. I mean, honestly, I've seen worse horror films today that were like, okay, this was just bad. But this was a good, for
good.
1988, it's good.
It's good.
And,
yeah.
And it explains why it spawned an entire franchise.
Yeah.
And I could see why a franchise would start to add comedy and why it would probably it would really lean into the cheese as it gets deeper. But if I sat down to watch this movie in 1988, only having seen maybe a trailer, because remember in the 80s you didn't really have internet, so there was no you wouldn't have had 5 trailers probably. You probably would have had one trailer, if that, and maybe even just a poster that we were like, oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna go watch this horror movie about a doll. It would have been terrifying. I could understand why people are. I'm gonna go check all of Riley's dolls tonight. See if any of them are talking. So
I also like too that this movie, and I'm gonna do a comparison here, and I know these movies are not quite on the same level, but I'll do a comparison to Jaws, which is maybe another movie we can watch on this channel at some point, which is universally.
I would love to watch Jaws.
Universally praised as this great movie. In that,
maybe when we're like a little more established,
maybe that, you know, in Jaws, Spielberg chose not to show the shark until well after the halfway point.
Yeah.
Now this movie doesn't compare on quite that level, but the director Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, different Tom Holland.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that early on, but I didn't.
Different Tom Holland.
I know.
And Don Mancini, who wrote it. Chucky does not come to life until well into this movie.
Yeah, we're halfway through when he first has his first words.
And you kind of see him in the background a little bit, and you see his hand or whatever. But they really, which the sequels and all of everything with Chucky, kind of puts him more front and center. But this movie, he's kind of a supporting character, which I think works better. It makes it more terrifying, I think, because you would, you know. Yeah. And then just that scene where she's going to throw him in a fire, he just comes to life, and it's just
0 to 100.
It just goes like, you know, and you go. But here, okay, so this is why I really wanted to do this movie. So we kind of agree this movie does stand the test of time. For me, kind of just barely. Sure. It's cheesy. I agree with everything you're saying. I think we're 100% on the same page. But here we can talk about the movie versus the character. Chucky stands the test of time, I think.
You're spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the movie is good. It has its moments, but Chucky, this created, and when any type of movie, right? And I see this a lot today. When the first Iron Man came out, they may have had this idea that they were going to do this huge universe. They didn't know, though, that the first Iron Man was going to have the success. It's the same thing, even with Jaws. They didn't think they were going to be doing a Jaws 4 at some point, which, by the way, Jaws 4, I think, is like one of the worst, universally worst movies, right? I think they made 4. It's like, whichever one was the last one was like universally known as like the worst, right? Yeah. But they didn't expect that. And so when Chucky was made, I'm sure it was, hey, we're going to have this little box office thriller. It's going to be fun. Yeah. But then afterward, like the fanfare and like you said, Chucky stood the test of time and still today stands the test of time. And the question we're going to ask here in a second is, could this or should this be made today? And I already know what my answer is, but which we'll get to in a second. But this is very much an iconic character in film and in lore of the world, frankly. It is probably one of the most iconic characters today.
It is. Yeah, it was made on a budget of $9 million. It made
That's crazy.
it made $43 million, which is a good figure.
Was that its like weekend release, or is that all like while it was in the theater?
While it was in the theater, which, in the 80s, 1988 is a good haul. So let's go into, could it be remade today? It was. There was a reboot in 2019.
I didn't know that.
There was. So there was a reboot in 2019 with Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, doing the voice of Chucky, who does have a big, illustrious voice actor career. I watched it. It was not as good, I don't think. It was okay. It was different. So in the reboot, there is no voodoo. There's no possessed. It's the doll has a malfunction in it that causes it to go crazy, which I didn't think was as effective.
It's not as impactful.
So could it be remade today? Well, it could. It did. Should it be? It wasn't a bad movie. It was just okay.
So this was, and actually I didn't know that it was remade. So that was my answer was going to be, I think this definitely could and probably should be remade. But saying that, here's where I think the real challenge would be. You can't go 35 minutes into the movie and never experience Chucky because everybody knows that Chucky's a doll that's going to murder people.
And that's 100%. You are 100% correct.
So that makes it so hard because it's such an iconic character. But with the advancements of technology, those scenes with Chucky, I mean, I don't know. The puppeteering on that was really well done.
Good.
I mean,
it's pretty good.
It was really good.
It is.
I think there was a handful of shots where I was like, okay, that was pretty terrible. But for the most part, it was the production design, the shots were pretty good.
So.
The script at times was a little bit weak, and I mean, it's typical of like I said, cheesy 80s horror film.
I think it's weird that like all of this voodoo and the backstory of the serial killer who's in the doll, you would expect that to come early. And it just starts and it jumps out at you, and you're like, wait, what's happening? And then
the serial killer's murdered in the first 2 minutes,
right?
So like...
and then you get it later, which is kind of odd to me. It doesn't really work, but I mean, we understand it. Yeah.
Let me ask, you're Mr. Cinema. Has there ever been a prequel to Chucky? So before Chucky became Chucky, I would imagine there is. If there hasn't,
no, I don't think there.
Maybe there should be
a prequel to Charles Lee Ray. So I am a fan of the actor Brad Dourif, who plays him, who's now like in his late 70s, I think.
Yeah, he probably couldn't do the character anymore.
Not as a young man. He's still sequels: Child's Play 2 and 3, the original trilogy. Then they rebooted it as Chucky this and Chucky that, and there was a bunch of Chucky movies. There's a television show, which I did watch the first season of. I never followed up with it. Chucky is still alive, and he's still trying to get out of the body. It was very, I don't know, I could see how it would be controversial. So in the TV series, he is still in the body, and he is bought by this high school kid.
From a peddler? Was it a peddler?
It might have
Did
been a peddler.
sell him?
I don't remember exactly. But no, I swear to God, it gets into Chucky trying to mentor a high school kid into becoming a serial killer in school shootings.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It really, I mean, it gets really dark. It gets pretty dark. Yeah.
The idea of mentoring a serial killer could be a decent script if done right, but definitely not the school shooting side.
No, I should follow up with it. I watched the first season because I'm a fan of Chucky. I never followed up with it after that. But I think the movie barely stands the test of time. Like you said, it's a little cheesy, but it's good. But Chucky as a character, I mean, clearly he's
yeah. So I've never seen 2 or 3, so I don't know how he comes back to life or doesn't come back to life or whatever the situation is, but an interesting concept for a future script. And maybe this is where, if I said it should be, I think a prequel would be, you wouldn't have Chucky as the doll, but you'd have Chucky as Charles Lee Ray, the Strangler, and maybe how he got to that point. Maybe you end the movie, it would be obviously different actors. You end the movie with him the moment he gets caught and is running from the police, right, with the guy in the nice suit or the nice sweater, but Mr. Sweater.
But he was very well dressed, was he not? He was very prim and proper. Like,
look, our detectives in our shows are never dressed that nicely. I mean, once we had a detective who was wearing an orange shirt. So I mean,
boy, Patreon again, Patreon.
Inside Story. Check over to the Patreon. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But with that, guys, the next question is, what impact, if any, did this have on cinema and the careers of those involved? So the impact on cinema, in my opinion, and I usually refer to you because you're Mr. Cinema, but the impact is that it spawned an entire generation of Chucky. It probably had impacts on how we make horror films. And I don't know, which came first, Jaws or Chucky?
Well, Jaws was, I don't think it had any impact on how you make horror films. This was the late 80s, but... impact on cinema. I mean, as far I would challenge you to go out and ask anybody, name a movie about a possessed doll. It's Child's Play. Child's Play.
Right.
I mean, it took over the possessed doll genre. So I would say that was its impact. I mean, there are better
probably anybody that's 30 plus. I would say. I bet you some younger kids don't even know. My nieces and nephews who are in their early 20s may or may not. And they might actually. I don't know. Maybe they would know. I don't know.
No,
I have to ask them.
There's better horror films for. It's not a great horror film. It's a good horror film. Yeah. It's not this great thing. But the impact of the actors, as I said, Catherine Hicks went on to do 11 seasons of Seventh Heaven. She was like mortified. She's like, I got to do like a PG.
That was too much. That was too much.
Oh God. I mean, and Chris Sheridan was always a good character actor, and he did, and Brad Dourif and everything. But
did the kid turn into anything?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't know a lot about. He was in Child's Play 2. He's in the second one. And then he gets out of the series, but I don't know. I think he has returned as his character for the Chucky series and some of the later, more recent Chucky films. Because it follows the same thing, as odd and as bizarre as it is. Like, he's still in this body. Every Chucky movie is basically the same thing over and over again. But no, I want to talk about the acting of Catherine Hicks. I think she does a really good job in this.
Yes,
as being this woman who is kind of an unofficial scream queen, as you will. That scene where she's threatening to throw him in a fire, and he comes out with all this vulgar language against her. You bitch, you slut. She's just mortified. What the heck?
Right.
It's pretty good.
I think she was great.
Yeah,
and honestly, I'll tell you what, the performances of everybody, the worst performance is probably the detective, and it's just because there's nothing written into that to make him really a strong character.
Yeah.
But the mom and the kid,
the little boy, I love it. He gets a little one-liner. This is the end, friend.
Right, he gets his good line.
Yeah, he gets his line in there. Yeah,
typical. And obviously, typical horror film, that's not the end, right? Then there's another thing, and then
Right.
there's another
Yeah.
thing, and then there's another thing, and then the cop has to hold the head, and then there's still another thing, right? And but yeah, I mean, I think the acting across the board was pretty good. I really thought that the acting was on point for all the characters.
Yeah. I mean, as on point as it can be for what is a semi-cheesy horror film in the end. And I love Brad Dourif's voice performance of Chucky is very good, I think, and very effective.
All right, well, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much. Of course, if you're new here and you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like today's content, throw up those thumbs and leave a comment below. Tell me, and Ryan, is this movie good? Are we crazy? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What's your thoughts on this crazy, terrifying, generational movie, Child's Play? And of course, share with your friends, share with your family. We appreciate it. And you can always head over to our Patreon if you want to see the full movie reaction. It's watch along style, so as long as you own a copy of the movie, you can watch along with us, and you can see our full reaction there, as well as other content that we talk about, like inside jokes, like how we made a terrible movie where we had to repent at the end, or the bench scene, or of course, if we hit 100,000 subscribers and have Shuttersome as a movie, you'll hear all about that over at Patreon. And guys, thank you so much for coming along on this journey, and I hope you have an amazing evening. I don't know, Ryan, you got anything else to say other than cheers?
No, just check under your bed for Chucky.
That's right. Well, cheers to that, guys. I don't know if
Cheers.
I'm assuming you would have a beer over there.
I
Cheers
have a
to
beer.
that, and have a good one, guys. And until next time, have a great night.